Hello everyone, so today we are going to hit a nice back workout, and I think a lot of bikini girls, they kind of neglect the back a little bit because you know we're in that back pose, our hair is all covering it, but it's important. We need that V taper.
Yes, absolutely. So today we're going to do a lot of back exercises specific for the bikini class, which you're not going to see a whole bunch of rows because we're not super concerned with the back depth. If you kind of turn around, the back depth is going to be kind of the rhomboid, all through here. You're not going to see that with bikini because this is going to cover it, but you are going to see the V taper on bikini. You're going to see the rear delts. So we're going to try to accentuate this V taper, this width, and by the end of this, Ashley will be posing like figure girl.
Absolutely, I won't be able to fit through doors. And then also something to keep in mind too, that lat is important in that front pose. So it adds nice shape and curve to that front pose, super important. So don't neglect your back. Here's our top 8 bikini back exercises.
Let's do it. So exercise 1, guys, lat pulls. I really like the lat pull because it really works on the outer lat, which is going to be one of the main areas you can actually see in bikini. Remember, in bikini, we can only see kind of around this area here. So these are the areas we're going to put a lot of focus on in bikini. Working on that V taper, the lower back, all right here, a little bit of the depth. So, and the rear delt. So this one is an awesome exercise to start, to prime. So when you look at a lat, you want to look at where it inserts on the humerus. So the lat actually inserts right about here on the humerus. So you want to get a good stretch. It's a really good warm-up exercise, really good full range of motion exercise. And you see, Ashley is bending slightly forward and then coming up more straight at the top. And the reason she's doing that is that she can get maximum range of motion when the lat attaches at the humerus. Full extension is here, so that's full range of motion. And then full flexion is here at the top. If you stayed stationary, you can't go through full extension unless it was way up here, and full flexion would be down here and no one goes way up here. And then if you were staying here the whole time, you wouldn't be able to get to full flexion because that's way back here. So moving slightly gives you that better full range of motion. So a lot of times people argue with that and say, just stay stationary, but actually it's better if you're moving. And then get that full squeeze at the back, like roll your shoulders back. Okay, this one is a single arm kneeling high cable lat pull. Okay,
a lot of syllables.
A lot of syllables. I'm probably even saying it wrong. We have to like name the exercise right now. So the reason that we do this one is purely for isolation reasons, and this is really good, as Ashley was saying earlier, for people who have muscle imbalances or who have a hard time with the mind-muscle connection. This is probably one of the best lat exercises you can do, and rarely anyone does it. But the reason is that we have to look at how the position of the muscle fibers actually line up. And the muscle fibers on the lat line up exactly like this. Okay, so they line up this way and they go right into the humerus and attach here. So this one really targets them. A lot of the other exercises you do, you'll get them at the top range and you're moving the muscle fiber obviously in the direction of the weight, but this one targets them exactly as they are. So when she's pulling back, she starts with that big lat engagement, that lat pull, and then pulls all the way through and squeezes and jams them out. If you're having a hard time getting your lats to contract or opening your lats and you're posing or having any V taper, this is a great exercise. So it's a little tricky at first to really feel it, but awesome exercise. Ashley's going to be doing a pullover, plate-loaded pullover. You could do this with dumbbells. You could do this with barbell. We're doing it with the plate here. Our dumbbells are kind of weird. They're they're the what are they called? Mad Max.
J-bells?
Mad Max dumbbells. Yeah, J-bells. So these are what our dumbbells look like. They're pretty cool though.
They're cool.
I like them. That's the best to do pullovers with. You visually see this one open up her lat quite a bit here. So you don't need a ton of weight. You need a ton of concentration, a ton of intention when you're doing exercises. You need to really feel the muscle, squeeze the muscle. I find with a lot of high-level people that weight is not as big of a factor. They're really just feeling the muscle do the work. And so they have really strong mind-muscle connections. 2 ways of getting there, it looks like, to me, from seeing all these top people. Some lift heavy loads, not as good a form, mind-muscle connection, and some is really concentrating on the muscle and squeezing it. But if you go, when she's going all the way back, you can actually see the lat insertion all the way through. So really cool visual on this one. Obviously she's lean, so you can really see the cuts. but everyone's doing that when you're doing this exercise. So really good mind-muscle connection exercise. Don't go heavy here. Real important that you're being smart, because when you get to that top range, if you're going too heavy, definitely not the easiest thing on the shoulder joint. So be smart and feel this one through. Don't just power through this one.
And also keep in mind the mind to muscle connection, which is why I'm not making a full 90-degree angle like this, because this would be a little mini rest. So I stop just before that.
So right before the line of tension stops. So good catch. So this is another single arm lat pull. It's a kind of modified single arm lat row, really. So this one here, again, full extension of the lat. Now the difference of this one is when she comes to the back, she's gonna get some twist and really jam that flexion here. So extension, flexion, really getting that spinal rotation, full flexion. There you go, where it's like more directional to your head, yeah. That was perfect. All right, so this one here, we're outside. This is a nice day. Ashley's gonna get a nice tan.
I need one.
Ashley needs it. So here's the trick about Ashley. You'll know how long ago she did a show about how light she is. Start of the season, it's pretty light.
Yep.
I see her bones sometimes. All right, so under grip, machine lat pull down, really good again. Now remember, we're doing a lot of things for this. You keep seeing the pattern, that full extension, the humerus right here. When you rotate your arms this way, you get a little bit more stretch out of that lat, and so I really like this machine for that. And again, it's just lat, 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 because it's bikini. Also with bikini, you want to have really good rear delts, and a lot of these back exercises work the rear delts as a secondary too, so that's another benefit of this. On this one as well, she's getting some slight movement. She's pretty strong against it, but when she goes to the top, she comes up vertically as the machine kind of smashes her forward. And then when she comes back, she leans back just a couple inches to get more extension. So you keep seeing that pattern too. Full extension, full flexion, extension, flexion, right? When we're squeezing for muscle fibers, it's a game of inches. An inch here, an inch there. If we can get just a little bit more squeeze, good to go. So next we're gonna move up, another lat exercise. Again, same thing, you're seeing the same similarities for bikini. A lot of lat exercises, full extension. This is some good load now, we're going really heavy now. Full extension, slight movement. Some people will say don't move at all on a lat pull down. But again, extension and flexion here. This is when you go from like a really heavy exercise and burn out to another heavy exercise. Sometimes your form might go, and it just doesn't matter who you are. If you start seeing your traps kind of engage and start trying to roll over, lighten the load a little bit so you can get full extension in that back so you're not trying to squeeze through it. You know that's gonna happen whenever you start reaching fatigue. So Ashley caught it on the first set. It's just I'm gonna go lighter because I'm not getting my full extension. Again, mind-muscle connection, the squeeze is more important than anything. So
it's much more beneficial to have good form than to ego lift and have sloppy form.
Yeah, that's how you get injured too, you know?
We're not trying to get traps, we're trying to get back. Lats, not trap.
I know, that's nice. I need some vitamin D. Okay, so when we talk about the grips on the lat pull down option, so again here, a slight under grip. This is what we call a mag pull, mag grip, and I really like this. You can grip onto your fingers. It's got a nice grip for it. You can buy these on Mag Grips. I think it's maggrip.com. But basically, it gives her the option of being slightly reversed, but not fully reversed, right about here. It's very comfortable and still gets that full extension of the lat, where we turn the humerus just a little bit over to get more extension of it. So I really like this. It's easy on the hands too, because a lot of people can't grip those bars for a long period of time. So this is, I think, like the best option versus even the row bar or the V bar. Here you go. So this is just a finisher here. This one's going to be a lot more upper. So you're seeing like the rear delts here. You're seeing a little bit of that middle rhomboid here. You will get traps in here as a secondary. That's just part of it. A lot of shoulder movements, a lot of back movements. You will get that in at this angle. But this upper back here, this upper rear delt, lat, upper rhomboid, more of the depth here for this exercise. Again, another finisher, and again, when we're finishing with these finishers, we're doing a lot of these rear delt movements. So not as much in the lats, we've already hammered the lats, we're getting some rear delts, rhomboid, a little bit of back depth. Ashley's fatigued. Fatigued.
Yes.
There you go. Good.
Well, that was a doozy. Thank you, Coach Adam, for taking me through that workout. I'm going to be sore tomorrow, I'm sure.
Good, and hopefully you got a tan as well.
I hope so too. Do I have a tan line yet?
Not yet. Maybe. You look a little bit closer. Look at that difference.
Oh, well, it's because of the hair. If I only grew hair, I might be as dark as you.
Yeah, do you know I'm really fast because I got proper aerodynamics?
Oh, that was a good one. Well, I'm feeling like I had a really good workout, so I'm gonna eat, get my gains, and by the way, if you like my outfit, Buff Bunny Collection, code AshleyKfit at checkout.
I love it.
Matchy matchy.
Bye guys.